Hey, Shalom Akim, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash. Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles, the Grimstone who rule well, to the Akim around the four corners of the earth. Preaching the gospel from Ashak, Yahweh Shai, sincerity and truth, enduring the trauma that our people is causing, man. It's just, it's just annoying. But hey, I mean, what do you expect, two-thirds of our people to do? So you see on our screen, man, that, even on your screens, man, when you check out the local news and all that stuff, it's always drama with Jake, man. Jake can't let bygones be bygones, man. Always got to, you know, cause havoc, man. That's the reason why the Lord has to bring judgment, serious judgment upon our people. Because, it's just getting out of hand, all right? And you just wonder, when is Jake going to wake up? When is he going to realize that he has to let go of of his childish nature and, seek after the Lord? And I'm going to get a quick precept from the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1. Yeah, it's just sad to see our people in this state of mind, running up and down, with weapons, man. Always trying to prove that they are down with the business of destroying lives, or because of feelings because their feelings are hurt. Yeah, so the curse, man. It's not a joke. So the book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 1 says, hear the word of the Lord, right? Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord Yahweh had a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. So always remember, Jerusalem, it's a people before it's a place. Always remember that. Because there is no truth, there is no mercy, there is no knowledge of the Most High in the land among the people, all right? So always keep that in mind, man, when you're dealing with our people, the nation of Israel, man. The word of the Lord is not being held in high esteem. It's not valued, all right? It's only among the elect that the word of the Lord is held in high regard. Then verse 2 says, by swearing and lying and killing and stealing. So instead of saying, killing dead, murder, all right? By swearing and lying and murdering and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood. And that's the sadness that, the elect is exposed to, man. When our people just choose to go along with the destruction of their own. What do you expect the Lord to do? So the Lord has to send forth his judgment, to purge two-thirds out from the midst and around the elect, man, because it's just unbearable, That's why the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua says, if those days not, be not shortened, no flesh shall be saved. It's because of elements among our people like these. So I'll play the clip, from CBS Philly. Philly is supposed to be what? The city of brotherly love. It's terrible. Even in Haiti, it's a mess, man. It's just wherever Jake is, man, there's always going to be an element of miscreants, to make life unbearable, despite all the hell that our people are catching from these Edomite elites, man.
Well, new leads in the search for suspects in the deadly Mother's Day weekend violence. Police need the public's help when it comes to tracking down men. Alicia Reed.
Yeah, and that's what happens, man. When our people go along with the desires of the devil, the desires of the elite to be celebrating Mother's Day, what do you think is going to happen? Folks going to use that as an opportunity to go after the so-called, opposition, man. Folks they have a disagreement with, and that's what they do, man. They always look at Mother's Day as a day of relaxation, and they capitalize upon it, man. All right. Even birthdays too. Birthdays and weddings and parties, man. That's what they do. So that's what two-thirds do, man. That's an opportunity to hunt and to murder.
Is in Spring Garden with an update on how city leaders are fighting violence. Alicia, good evening.
Good evening, Yuki. As the city looks forward to the progress made in the coronavirus pandemic, local officials say the fight against crime is less promising. New images released this afternoon. Police believe these 4 men are responsible for the murder of 20-year-old Sebastian Brown on the 1700 block of West Ruscombe Street Saturday evening. Law enforcement officials say the group hopped out of a silver Outlander just before 8 p.m. and went after both the driver and Brown, who was in the front passenger seat. Homicides are now up 34%, and so are domestic violence-related killings.
On this date last year, we had 8 homicides. 8 compared to our 18 this year. That's a 138% increase over last year.
Yeah, and it's still going to go up more when all hell breaks loose. So, you could imagine when there is no more sustenance, or let me say food items and daily necessities in your so-called local grocery stores. What do you think, the bums around our people would do? Folks that have no value, for the word of the Lord, what do you think they would do? They're going to go around like marauders, tearing up people's homes, taking folks hostage, just, pillaging and destroying, And then another precept be from Romans chapter 13, verse 10, man. It's just, these simple precepts that go a long way. And then you understand the reason why you have to keep it in mind at all times. So Romans chapter 13, verse 10 says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is a fulfilling of the law. All right. So that's what you have to hold daily, the words of the Lord, how to conduct yourself. And there's so much, to do when it comes to having faith in the Lord Hamashiach Yahushai. You have to keep that daily balance, man. You have to make sure that you're right with the Lord, and you do whatever you can to be at peace with your own neighbor. So when you see this 34% up in, this is just the city of Philadelphia. They haven't told you the whole of the the state of Pennsylvania. They still have to deal with the one in Baltimore, then the whole state of Maryland, then D.C., then Virginia, then New York, then New Jersey, then Texas, then California, then Arizona, so that's why, the King David talked about, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, that's Babylon for you, man. And our people have fallen in love with the valley of the shadow of death, that wherever they go, man, it's nothing but death and destruction that follows them.
Homicide detectives say the active search for 23-year-old Justin Smith continues. He's accused of killing his girlfriend, Deanna Bryce, who was pregnant with his baby boy. He should be considered armed and dangerous.
And that right there is what you call Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. I call that Code 2854. That's what our forefather Moses told us, man, that was going to happen to us. And you could tell, man, it's just terrible, man. Terrible. That Jake don't want to let go of this evil world, man. You just want to be a part of it. So Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 54 says that so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and towards the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnants of his children, which he shall leave. Yeah, so for a man, you know, to take matters into his own hand, regardless of what the woman did, to take both lives. Yeah, it just shows you how low our people have fallen. Because when you look at a nation, the first line of defense is the man, and when the man loses his marble and executes his wife and unborn child, it just shows you the state of our nation. And that's why we pray for the Lord Hamashiach Yahushua to return quickly, man. Because folks like this, man, you can't tell how much damage they're willing to do when they don't get their way. So it just shows you how much hatred is running around in our nation, the nation of Israel, among so-called Negroes, among the so-called Latinos, among the so-called Native Americans.
There's a $20,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. While these suspects are at large, police say they have made some progress, taking more than 2,200 illegal guns off the street.
Those barrels hold 50 rounds of ammunition.
Yeah, so the officers talking about the, this capacity of these magazines for these weapons, man. And it just shows you, man, these politicians don't really care about the people, man. They're just there for an agenda. Every opportunity that to sort of our people, used to wreak havoc, these so-called politicians use it to plug their own agenda of the elites. And that's exactly what the elites want, man. They want our people to destroy themselves so they could introduce their agenda for population control, their agenda for new world order and all that stuff, man.
Plus whatever the magazine held. So a couple of these guns were able to fire up to 80 rounds. I have no idea what anyone, anywhere would need 80 rounds of ammunition to fire for, especially on the streets of our cities.
While department leaders plead for tips from the public, Commissioner Daniel Outlaw was before City Council today.
Yeah, so that's one thing you have to keep in mind at all times, man. That, officers complaining about all these weapons. It's the reason why officers gotta have enough peanuts on them, man. Yeah, so the regular officer carry about a minimum of 4 magazines. So that would be close to 70. So you could imagine, man. They have to balance things out, man. So that's why you have to be aware of the madness you have to deal with, man. The boys in blue have to carry about 70, and the boys on the streets have to carry about 70, So not even mention the rifles that, they're carrying, and that could take more rounds, So it's just scary, man, scary. That's why you have to trust in the Lord and don't, go around, man, thinking that, the Lord is not mocked, man. You gotta be careful, man. The Lord is a special power, and He requires justice, man, and He's gonna get it. All right.
To fire for, especially on the streets of our cities.
While department leaders plead for tips from the public, Commissioner Daniel Outlaw was before City Council today in support of funding for department operations. Now, the department is asking for $727 million for fiscal year 2022 operations. That's the same budget as this year. Now, the council is expected to pass the final budget in June.
That's a lot of money right there for the Centurions. Over $720 million for their budget. to keep the plantation under control, but they're not. They can't have the plantation under control because the elites are poisoning the pool. They're poisoning the pool, they're breaking up the families with their policies. And what can the cops do? But respond to a situation where you have an effect, cause and effect. All right, and then the elites make merchandise of our people. So that's exactly what you see, man. All that money that they're throwing into the centurions' coffers is money that they can be using to hold families together. Because when the family is being held together, you won't have all these, numbskulls running around with weapons, tearing up people's lives and robbing stores and all that stuff. So Ephesians chapter 4 verse 26 tells you that, be ye angry and sin not. Let not the sun go down upon your wrath, neither give place to the devil. It's not clear, So what else? What else needs to be said to our people, to get it together and not give any ground to the devil to turn our nation into a nation of miscreants, a nation of murderers? That's why we have to trust in the Lord, man, that we delivered from this nonsense, man, of Babylon, because it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse when I read the book of Second Ezra, chapter 15 and chapter 16. You just have to wonder how soon is the Lord gonna show up. So final precept will be from the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11, and it reads, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right. I read again, Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. Yeah, so as long as the Lord hasn't, judged two-thirds of our people, they're going to continue in their wicked ways. And, that's why we men of the Lord, man, we realize the evil we've done, and we begging the Lord for mercy, all right, so that we do not get judged with the world. So with that being said, I'm a right to say we get delivered soon. Shalom.